So on gold right now, as we can see, price is creating a trend line liquidity, and we have this inducement which broke the structure and mitigated this order block. So we can see there is this equal highs and this equal lows. So price is consolidating, and as we can see, we have news on 7:15, like in 1 hour. There is again news on USD, CAD, USD, FOMC. So I think that's why price is creating more liquidity. So it can sweep all this liquidity and then it should continue to other direction. So I think at FOMC, price will sweep all this liquidity and it should continue. So here, let's look at US 30. So I have called out all these trades before. So let's see what we can. So right now, as you can see on US 30, the structure has been already mitigated. So price broke the structure, creating this imbalance and this imbalance, and it mitigated and swept all this imbalance and created this new low. So we can see that this is our new low, which has lots of liquidity below this area. Like there is lots of liquidity below this area where we can look for our target. So right now, just by looking at the chart, what we have to understand is we have to now find a new imbalance from this area till this. Okay, so in this move or in this move. Hello. So on 30 minutes, we can see price have already mitigated this area. Okay, so this is the wick. We can say this wick was liquidated. If you go to 50 minutes, 5 minutes. Now what we have to do is we have to find order block which swept this liquidity. Okay, so this is the candle which swept the previous low, and all these other candles is following, but only this candle liquidated this candle. So let's go to 1 minute. If this structure has been mitigated, then there is no point. Then price will not tap this area. We have another area where price can tap. So this is. So price already mitigated this area. So price have already mitigated this area. There is no imbalance. All the structure is mitigated. So at FOMC, I think price will give us a liquid sweep, and then we can look for another direction. But right now, it's very hard to look for entry over here because price have already mitigated from this order block and then give us a change of character here. So this order block is also mitigated. We can look for a continuation trade to the downside once this low breaks. So here we can see this wick took out previous lows, and then this breaks, then we can look for a continuation trade to the downside. If you haven't not, if you haven't hit the like button, please welcome to live. If you haven't like the hit, if you haven't like the video, please like it. Hello, hello. Hello, SCS. Hello, Ramakrishna. So right now we have only this order block where price have liquidated because we have lots of liquidity above this high. If this week breaks, then we can look for another entry. Good enough, good enough. We want price to give us a change of character here on lower time frame because there is no liquidity here. Like we want price to stop and then it should sweep the previous low. Then we can look for another entry like here after this previous structure break. You can watch my videos on SMC like what is liquidity like the recent video. How to choose entries, how to choose entries and confirmations. Like the simple thing is what we have to do is first, if you mark the hourly imbalance, like for example, in this case, if price sweeps out this liquidity and then breaks structure, now we know that price now is we now know that price is going to the upside direction, right? So in this, for example, if this move is 1 hour, so in this case, for example, price has swept all this liquidity and broke the structure. Now we know that price is continuing to the upside, right? Now let's assume that this blue line is 1 hour and this is 1 minute. Okay. We want to understand that here on lower time frame, it should do the same thing. Like here price swept out the previous low. Now we have to look for inducement over here or here. And if price sweeps the liquidity and breaks above the structure, then we can look for a buy side entry and look for a scalping trade. This move and this move is same on lower time. Like this is the higher time frame. So this is the higher time frame, blue line, and the green line is lower time frame. You have to look same thing on lower time frame. Do you also say how to see the graph? Yes, yes. So right now we can see gold is pushing to the downside, right? We want price to stop at this order block. Then only we look for another entry. Area trade in Ethereum. Yesterday I gave this one. It's still holding, like price nearly came at my stop loss, but it didn't hit the stop loss. On Friday, I called out this trade on live on this channel only. This one. The original take profit was here. So price broke the structure. Whenever price comes out of block, we need to skip the first move. Here we can see, assume that this is our order block, okay, and then price came, tapped our order block. Price will not directly go to the other side. It will always sweep the liquidity, then only it will go to its original direction. Here also we can see, for example, if this is our order block, price will first create liquidity, then it will sweep the liquidity, and then it will continue to the upside. I haven't watched your live before. Seems you have caught good trades. Yeah, it's still on the channel. You can go after this live. You can check out. Like on US 30, from starting, like I called out this move, this move, this one, and right now here price have already mitigated this order block. So we want price to at least sweep this liquidity and then give us a breakout structure or break this previous low, and we can again look for inducement, order block, and the next low will be our target. So simple thing is, if price sweeps the liquidity from this high side, it will automatically go to another side. So the DXY, what DXY is doing. Price broke the structure, creating new order block over here. And there's a imbalance between the structure. So it can target this next high. This is the wick which mitigated and swept out all this liquidity. If we go to lower time frame, like on the 30 seconds, maybe lower, here price have met, like this is the liquidity. This move liquidated this structure, and now it will continue to the downside. But right now, because the structure is already mitigated, we can't enter here because the stop loss will be too big. So we have to look for a pullback, or like we need to understand is, sorry, we need to look for is inducement, and then it should again give us a break of structure. Then this will be our order block where we can look for entry. On BTC, I don't think so. Price is consolidating right now. Give some examples of trade and behind the logic of trade. Okay. I'm always explaining the logic, but on BTC on 4 hour, this week has been liquidated, and then price mitigated this order block. So price have created this trend line liquidity above this area, and there is this liquidity sweep. Price fulfill this imbalance. It should continue higher, but right now this 4 hour candle closed below this wick. So I think it will sweep this liquidity, and then it should continue. Like right now, there is no point in marking any order blocks because once news comes, it will sweep all this liquidity, and then we will look for another new structure. For example, if price goes above and sweeps all liquidity and then closes below this area, so for this week, we will have another direction, like downside direction, where we look for sell side trades. And if price sweeps buy side liquidity in news, then we look for buy side trades. So right now, marking any order blocks area structure is of no use. If you haven't hit the like button, please like it. Thanks. So yeah, USD CAD, we can see on 1 minute we have breakout structure, price with this liquidity here. It's still continue higher. We have this order block, but price did not tap this area. It tapped the breakout structure. Sorry, the breakup block. Where is breakup block? 5 minutes. So instead of tapping at this extreme order block, it only tapped this area, because this is the area which swept out this low, and this is the order flow, and this is the order block here. So it exactly tapped this area. Right now, same thing. We have this breaker block which swept out this liquidity. So we can expect one tap at this area and look for a scalping trade to the buy side. Price have created this liquidity, and this is the candle which swept the previous low. We want price to come slowly at this order block, and then we can look for a buy side entry. If you haven't hit the like button, please like it. So here, this is on 1 minute, this move. We are just trying to capture this move to the upside. Like there were multiple options, multiple entries, liquidity sweep, breakout structure, order block. We want price to break the previous high. We will have got this move again, breakout structure, liquidity sweep. So we know that it's creating trend line liquidity, but if you put your target above the next high, like in this case, the next high, this is the next high, and try to trail the stop loss, then you can catch a good move. Eventually, when news come or anything happens, it will sweep all this liquidity, we know. But we are just trying to catch small entries to the upside, because we know that price have already swept this previous low here. Price have gave us this inducement and this breakout structure. This inducement and this breakout structure. Similarly, like same thing on sell side on Euro HD. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. Also hit the like button. This type of entries happen all the time. Like this entries, you will find a lot of entries. But the thing is, you want price to, it should continue in one direction only. Like for example, if price creates imbalance, then it's a good sign that it should, like the bigger the imbalance, the higher the momentum, it will go to the upside. Here, price broke the structure, it did not even mitigate the structure. It's still going to the upside. So this is where when price starts to consolidate and create structure, you can look for a retracement and then break of structure. For example, here price sweep this liquidity and break the new high. So you can buy over here and put stop loss below this area. What people they do is like they try to catch tops and bottoms. Like for example, here this risky, it's very risky to buy here. We don't want to catch this entries like here, this one. We can capture this internal structure entries like this one, this one, this one. On gold also, now we know that price have created this trend line liquidity and it's already starting to break all these areas. So we don't know when price will stop and then it should continue higher or downside. So until and unless price does not sweep liquidity and give us a break of structure to the upside or to the downside, till then we'll not look for any entry. On EJ, I was waiting for price to like price swift liquidity gives break of structure. I was looking for buy side trade, but the price is still continuing the downside. Let's see what US30 does. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section and also hit the like button. Mhm. It's still following the structure to the upside. Upgraded the structure. The higher it goes, we can put our take profit over there. So on USRT, price is going to the upside. And if this breaks, then we can look for a buy side setup. Price will break this previous high. So in 3 minutes, we can expect some kind of move in US 30 as the New York session opens. US decad. Nine. So here, price wave this liquidity, and if this closes below, then we can use this for our entry, this sort of block. I'm ending this live over here. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.